Hey, so this is going to be an impromptu video, and really what I want to talk about and get the point that I want to drive home is, uh, you know, a lot of the people today, a lot of kids, a lot of young people, are yeah, hope not. I don't know if hopeless is the right word, but their complaints are legitimate. Life is expensive. Uh, you just had to play the cards that you're given, the hand that you're dealt. Um, when I was 18, 19, 20, life things were expensive. Now we didn't have the internet like we have now. We didn't have cell phones like we have now. Uh, Life was just different. Um, you don't. You almost have to have a cell phone these days, but basically, I don't want to take too long. Um, the one thing you have in your youth is time. Um, if you're 20 years old, 22, 18, whatever the age, if you're young, you have more time than Elon Musk. You have more time than me. I'm almost 50 years old. Elon Musk, no idea how old he is. Maybe he's the same. Um, but your youth and when you're young, um, like you're never going to get have this much amount of time uh, available to you, and every day you're one less day. It's not one more day older, it's you have one more day less to live. So think about it like that. But anyway, what we're going to do, I'm going to okay, let's see, I might have to and okay, there we go. You stretch it, stretch this out, and okay. So this is a calculator um, that, Dave Ramsey, pretty good guy. I think his uh, advice for getting out of debt, can't really beat it. It's great. Um, some of his advice for, investing and stuff like that, also good, but I don't know if, uh, it's as up to date as it probably could be. But, I'm getting sidetracked. So if you go to the Dave Ramsey or RamseySolutions.com site, click down here on free tools and go to investment calculator. We're going to show you the perfect example on, why starting soon, as soon as you can, starting as early as possible is like, the greatest thing. And how you can basically turn, your abundance of time into your advantage. So we're going to use me as an example. Around 48, I want to retire around 55. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. We'll see when I get there. But I want to retire when I'm 55. You've seen, the other investing videos in total, like investments in portfolio and whatever. I have about 178K. Boom. I'm investing 4,000 a month, or at least that's my goal. And I'm just going to use 15% because that's kind of what I'm hoping to get, average every year. Probably won't happen, but that's neither here nor there. If I do this, and over the next 7 years, um, when I hit 55, I'll be able to make, or I'll have, my portfolio will be basically $1 million. Okay, $4,000 invested a month for the next 7 years. Um, it's reasonable, it's doable, yada yada yada. Now, if you're 20 years old or you're 22, like say, fresh out of college, do you have $4,000 a month? Probably not. But you might be able to sock away $100. So let's change all of this. you're going to still retire at 55, but you're 22 years old because graduated college, starting with zero, likely in debt because of the loans, but your portfolio is zero. You're only going to invest $100. Okay, we'll say you're investing in index funds, kind of mostly what I'm doing, and all that stuff, all being equal, you're going to hit about 15%. Okay, so we're going to hit the calculate. Boom. Now you're saving for 33 years, but you're only doing $100 a month. And when you hit 55, which is, when I want to retire, you're going to have the same amount of money. Like, why wouldn't you want that? Like, why wouldn't you? Just mind blown. $100, which is nothing today. You can. I can spend $100 just going to the restaurant. You don't eat at a restaurant once per month, for the family, and there you go. You do that for 33 years, and you'll have $1 million. You're feeling a little bit rich. Do 200. Now you have 200 or 2 million. If you're a computer programmer and you get the big job making hundreds of thousands a year, just say you do 4,000 a month, would you like $43 billion? I think that's pretty successful. And honestly, like much after 10, I think much after 10 million, I don't know if money actually means much. I mean, still, everything's going to be worth a lot of money, and you're going to be worried about things. But after 10 million, you're really not worried about things. Like if you want a fancy car, if you want that, Porsche 911, you could probably buy it. If you want a vacation home for a couple $100,000, you could probably get it. And 6 months later, your portfolio has gained a lot of interest and probably covered it. So you let's say maybe can you retire 40? Yeah, maybe if you want to do that, retire in 18. We'll say 20 years. You're just going to work for 20 years, like a Marine Corps career. $6 million. So time is your greatest asset. Start as soon as you can. I know life's expensive. I'm not saying skip a meal, don't eat out. Make a cheap tuna fish sandwich. I don't. You can figure it out. Almost if you have almost any kind of job or hustle or anything like that, you could probably cover about $100. So just start. And really, that's really kind of my main point, what I wanted to talk about. We'll do one more just because I think it's kind of fun to play with this. But we're going to start. It won't let you start at 0, so I'm going to do 18. And what that's going to be is 18 years. So say, say I'm a grandparent, my kids grow up, they start having kids or whatever. Starting at 0 when they're born, I'll start putting $100 a month away in some investment fund, and we'll just, all things being equal, say 15%. May not hit it, but we'll just calculate. When the child hits 18, so we invest for 18 years, that kid will have $109,000. At that point, I don't know, maybe 20 years from now, I don't see schools getting much more expensive than what they are now. I mean, I don't picture it. People are already coming out of schools with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. I can't see people coming out with $500,000 in debt. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe that $100 will buy you a car. The way things are going. But $100. your grandparents, and friends and family, birthday money, and whatever, that could all be invested at $100 a month, and over the course of the 18 years, uh, that's not bad. Um, you start putting, say you average like 300, which starts to get a lot. You have 300, you have 327, you know, $1,000, and you're getting up to a house. So if you didn't want to go to college, say if you wanted to, I don't know, be a farmer or something, something different, non-traditional, you might be able to cover it, with that amount of money. So, uh, yeah, it's basically just what I wanted to kind of show everybody, let everybody know. If you're young, time is your greatest asset, and we've kind of proven it there. Uh, my goal: invest 4,000 a month, and cross your fingers, all goes well. Maybe I'll have $1 million when I hit 55. If you're 22 out of college, um, $100 a month into this thing, and by the time you're 55, when I want to retire, uh, you'll end up having the same amount. So that's not that bad. You don't even have to go to college. You could start at 18 or 16, and if you're a waiter or waitress, put your tips. You have to actually claim them because you have to put them in the system. But put your tip money, $100 a month, and you know even then. So if you started instead of 22, if you started 16, that's one extra year. If you retired at 55, and you'd probably have, I don't know, $1.2 million or something crazy. So just food for thought. Just kind of wanted to put that out there, and let me know what you think. Could be happy to talk about it, or if you want to see any other scenarios or anything, just let me know. But Dave Ramsey, halfway decent website. They got a bunch of free tools, investment calculator, net worth calculator, stuff like that. But I use the investment calculator pretty often. So, all right, that's all I wanted to say. So, see you in the next video.